me there. Zoom me out a little bit.
Okay. Well, here we have Bennett Clarkson Hospital, which is kind of instrumental. It was still operational all during the flood. They had a couple of the deceased get dropped off here. The nurses, the doctors, and the patients were all moved to the second and third floors. Lanterns were handed out so that people could still see during the night of the flood. Interestingly enough, all the flood water came down here, around here, and through Bacon Park, which sits just beyond across the street. Now, interestingly enough, across the street on this side is a retirement home. That retirement home was still there when the flood happened, and they evacuated the people from there over to here in a bus. They also tried to launch a boat from the parking lot, and the boat was gone within like 4 seconds. It was just too fast of water. There was no way anybody would survive getting in it. Later on, when the water did recede a little bit, to get supplies for the hospital, crews worked their way down to where there's a Safeway across the street, and they were able to grab perishable goods and bring them back, canned goods, stuff like that. The hospital functioned up until about a day and a half after the flood, in which case the patients that were stationed here were moved over to the St. John's over on the other side of the hill. One of the interesting items, the St. John's McNamara, the same day after the flood had happened, a helicopter dropped off 2 patients, Mr. and Mrs. John McNamara, who the hospital's named after. But that is our happy little tour of the flood areas up here. We have one other area that we'll be stopping at, which is pretty active for the paranormal, over by our fairgrounds, which is where there used to be a trailer park. We'll see you folks there.